following program was transcribed earlier from the Columbia Network.
Columbia presents the men of the United States Maritime Service Training Station, Santa Catalina, California, in We Deliver the Goods. The Maritime Service Band and Chorus, directed by Lieutenant Kirk Roberts. And from the official records of the Maritime Service, a story of the call of duty as told by Howard Culver. This is Chief Petty Officer Ray Buell of the United States Maritime Service reporting from Catalina. A short while ago, the calm, clear waters around Santa Catalina were a mecca for fishermen, yachtsmen, and all lovers of aquatic sport. But right now, these same blue waters are the setting for a serious and important work, training men in the United States Maritime Service. Now that D-Day has come, the men of the Merchant Marine are doubly aware of the important role they play in the invasion, delivering the goods to defeat fascism and keep our American way of life. Reflecting the devotion of every man to these ideals, we can proudly proclaim that this is my country. My allegiance, America the bold, for this is my country to have and to hold. This is my country, friend of my blood. Maritime Service narrator, Howard Culver.
Thanks, Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, as our invasion forces cut deeper into France, the need for an unending flow of supplies becomes increasingly greater. In tribute to the gallant service of the Merchant Marine, General Eisenhower has said,
"Every man in this Allied command is quick to express his admiration for the loyalty, courage, and fortitude of the officers and men of the Merchant Marine."
A salute from a great commander. And now the band salutes a great composer, Jerome Kern, from whose typical American operetta it selects the tuneful score to Roberta. Ray Buell doubles as baritone soloist to sing
Yesterdays, I knew as happy, sweet sequester days, golden days, golden days, days of mad romance and love. Then gay youth was mine, truth was mine, joyous, free, and flaming life, forsooth, was mine. Sad am I, glad am I, for today I'm dreaming of yesterdays.
Standing beside our microphone here in the Catalina Casino is one of our apprentice seamen, a clear-eyed, determined young man who typifies the thousands of maritime service trainees who are working, training, studying from early morn to night, mastering the craft of seamanship. He is Eugene Wilhelm from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, age 28, married, and the father of a 4-year-old daughter. Tell me, Gene, how'd you happen to join the maritime service?
Well, it looked like a chance to do my part in the war and travel at the same time. I've always liked the sea.
I see. How long have you been here?
7 weeks. I just finished taking my preliminary training, and now I'm taking deck training.
I see. Good. What kind of work have you been doing?
Well, we've had handling of small boats, and the use of emergency equipment.
Oh, wait just a minute. What does that mean?
Well, that includes the Lyle gun, which shoots lines to and from a ship in distress, how to set up a breeches buoy for rescue work.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've had knot tying, swimming through burning oil, and the use of life jackets, and plenty of other things.
Enough to keep you busy. Does deck training particularly appeal to you?
Yes, it does. I'm interested in navigation, and a deckman is really a sailor.
Spoken just like a veteran A.B. Gene, is there any one particular lesson you've had so far that stands out in your mind?
Well, there's one thing our instructor said during a lesson in masts and cargo booms that I remember. He said, a real seaman always stays on the job and keeps on the alert. Don't let anything stop the job at hand.
I'd say that's mighty good advice for every American seaman to carry with him when he ships out. Thanks very much, Gene. Lots of luck to you, and good sailing. The men in Catalina have trained together and lived together for many weeks. They've made close friends they hope to see again. So when the time comes to ship out arrives, they'll say, as musician second class Joe Silva puts it, I'll be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. Seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
Howard Culver brings you another story from the actual records of the Maritime Service, a story of heroism at sea. The story of Captain Jonathan M. Wainwright.
What's in a name? The pride and the glory of your distinguished father, Major General Wainwright, captured by the Japs on Corregidor. A heritage of fighting men who have bled for the country of their birth. That and all the tradition and honor of the merchant marine. That is yours to live up to. That's what's in a name for you, Jonathan M. Wainwright, captain in the United States Merchant Marine. But at the moment, you don't think of that. You can't. You haven't time. You're in command of the Bushrod Washington, unloading the goods that you helped deliver to the beachhead at Salerno. Yes, that's you, Captain Jonathan Wainwright. And that's the day when death is to come suddenly arching over you in a string of colored tracer bullets. Death. Not in the conventional garb of the old sack of bones in the black cloak, but the modern form. The spitting, growling, snapping, darting figures of Nazi fighter planes. The silver flash of sprawling bombers. Now those planes are sliding down the stairs one by one, peeling out of echelon. The sky is filled with dirty brown clouds of flak and golden arrows of the tracers. But you don't take it lying down. You're a merchant seaman. That means you stand up and fight.
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations. Captain Wainwright, the Frankels. Look!
You look, and your stomach churns and tosses and explodes right against your heart. Two Heinkels diving out of the clouds, one streaking towards your ship, the other after the SS Marshall, which has been nestling close to you. Involuntarily, you duck. But it's not machine gun fire that's spitting at you this time. This sharp-beaked bird is in the laying stage, and right smack down towards you comes its own peculiar type of egg. A bomb. You hear that whining shriek, and all else in your small world at Salerno stops. No planes, no guns, no men shouting and cursing. Nothing else in the world but your ship and that whistling bomb. Now there are all kinds of noise, and the brilliant orange of your exploding, sinking ship. Men struggling all around you as you hit the water.
It's dark all around, a hideous green-black dark. Your ship, the Bushrod Washington, has slipped under the waves with a great sucking sigh. You think, funny how many different forms the Grim Reaper can take. The string of colored tracers, the old gent with a scythe, planes, screeching bombs, and now long, swirling, wet arms dragging you down. Like sleep, warm, soothing. You just lay back, stretch in all this wet stuff. You want to open your mouth in a great big relaxing yawn when...
Don't, Jonathan. You're drowning. Don't breathe.
What's that?
Is that you speaking?
What familiar Wainwright voice is that? Getting louder, louder.
You've got to live, John. Your work's not done. Men on beachheads all over the world are counting on merchant seamen like you to deliver the goods. You've got to live, John. You're a Wainwright. Wainwrights don't give up easily. You can't die.
Somehow, you, the torn and bruised and shocked son of a Japanese prisoner of war, come through the hell of Salerno. The next day, you're in the commander's office.
Since you lost your ship, Captain, and since the commanding officer of the SS Marshall has been injured in the bombing that wrecked his ship, I'm asking you to take over.
Asking me?
Yes. The Marshall's been badly hit. Her hold is full of gasoline and ammunition. She's still on fire.
She might blow up at any time, then.
Yes, but we need those supplies. We've got to unload her. That's why I'm asking you, Wainwright, not ordering you, to take command.
Can I start immediately?
I knew you'd say that.
It's day number 4. For 3 days, you and 9 volunteers have been fighting fires, pumping water, transferring the supplies from your listing ship. Yes, it's day number 4, and the Heinies are back again. That's the way it is all those grim 9 days. Work the winches with one hand, fire the guns with the other. And when the 9th day's sun finally drops tiredly into the ocean like a weary seaman into his bunk, you straighten up and wipe the sweat from your brow with the back of a dirty hand. You've done a good job, John Wainwright. Against insurmountable odds, you've unloaded the bomb-wrecked Marshall. Now you can rest. Well, sit down. Isn't your work done? Where are you going?
Commander, I'd like to make a suggestion. The Marshall's badly wrecked, but the ship can still be salvaged. I'd like to get out a crew of volunteers and take her into Bizerta for repairs.
What a glutton for punishment you are, Wainwright. Taking her all the way to Bizerta on the tank top, steering from the afterdeck. What is it that stings you into action, compels you to do more, always more? You're commanding officer of the SS Marshall, and it's fight, fight, fight all the way. Your ship limps, rolls, and staggers, but somehow, through hell and high water, somehow you manage to keep her bow up and headed for...
Miss Daly, sir! Miss Daly! Attention, men. The captain has a few words to say to you.
Men, I'm sorry to say the ship fitters can't do much for us here. The Marshall needs a complete overhauling.
And England's the only place we can get it done. Now, I know that's a tough trip even for a vessel in good condition. But we got her this far. We can take her to England.
This time, death takes on another form. This time, you're sitting right on it. A weary old ship staggering along above the hordes of man-made electric eels, waiting to discharge their high-powered stingers into your vitals. Many are the times that you're ready to give up. Let the ocean have you and your scarred ship and those 31 volunteers. But there's always that voice, that tiny voice.
You can't, John. Every ship counts. You can't give up. Not you. No, not you, Jonathan Wainwright.
England! England!
When the shores of England loom up out of the mist and fog, and you've brought your ship safely through to be fitted and used again, then you, Captain Jonathan M. Wainwright, know what's in a name. You know that you and your crew have kept faith with the defender of Corregidor. You know that you learned the lessons, the cruel, burning lessons that helped make D-Day Disaster Day for the Axis. That you helped keep alive the inspiring watchword of the Merchant Marine, their promise to deliver the goods.
That was the story of Captain Jonathan M. Wainwright, another story of the traditions of the American Merchant Marine, of devotion to the call of duty.
Men, heed the call of America's greatest merchant marine. Men from 26 to 35 and a half years of age with mechanical experience or with a shore trade can find quick advancement in our Victory fleet. Right now, there are openings for radio operators, mechanics, machinists, steam fitters, metal workers, electricians, boiler workers, machine operators, as well as in engine, deck, and stewards departments to take short training courses preparing them for duties in our great invasion fleet. Your chances of steady employment throughout the war and into the period which will follow are assured. Besides good pay, you receive complete uniform, meals, living quarters, medical and dental care, with plenty of wholesome recreational activities. Your training will make you more proficient in your trade. This is a great opportunity to serve your country and better yourself for the years ahead. In addition to men 26 to 35 and a half, the United States Maritime Service is recruiting men 16 to 17 and a half years, having their parents' consent. The Stewards Department takes men up through 50. Get full details at your nearest United States Maritime Service enrolling office.
2,000 Maritime Service trainees gathered here at the Santa Catalina Casino, facing the blue Pacific waters on Avalon Bay, joined their singing comrades in their fighting anthem, Heave Ho, My Lads, Heave Ho. We extend to you an invitation to be with us next week at the same time when, over many of these stations, the men of the United States Maritime Service Training Station, under Commander C.W. Schmidt at Santa Catalina, California, bring you another program in the series, We Deliver the Goods. The United States Maritime Service is a federal uniformed service for training officers and seamen for merchant vessels of the United States under the jurisdiction of the War Shipping Administration. This program was directed by Del Castillo. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The preceding program was transcribed from the Columbia Network earlier today and came to you at this time from our Hollywood studios. KNX Los Angeles.